Now, I'm going to be really bad, so you're going to see this, but don't pay any attention, okay? Can we do about 30 more seconds of that in just a second? So just what you're doing, but about 30 seconds of it in just a second. I have to say a word to them. Now, you know, some of you know I have the theater background, and one of the things that's the delight of theater is you get notes, right? Performance, and you get notes. Well, I asked a group of people for notes this afternoon, and you're getting stuck with what I got. One note was, we don't dance enough. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds of music to practice dancing. Are you ready? Please get into your dancing pose. Guys, anything you want to do. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so you all just proved that you can do it. You can do it. Gonna be fun. Thank you, Cosmic Orchestra. Good evening and happy Pride. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist congregation at Shelter Rock. We offer this very special soulful service as a time to celebrate the diversity of our congregation, the diversity of Nassau County and Long Island, the diversity of sexualities, yes, of gay and lesbian and bisexual and asexual people who join us, for those of us who identify as straight, and people of all genders, cisgender and transgender, intersex and gender non-binary people. We celebrate the diversity and we believe that we are richer as a congregation and as a people because of that diversity. My name is David Carl Olson. I serve here with my colleague, Reverend Israel Buffardi, soon to be the minister of the Huntington UU Fellowship, and our student minister, Madison Colquitt, soon to begin a second year of internship near Iowa City at the UU Society of Coralsville, Iowa. And all of us are in the care of our lead minister, Reverend Dr. Natalie Fenimore, who is soon to complete her sabbatical. Please. We ministers couldn't do this without a great number of members and friends of our congregation who make this a welcoming place by their friendliness, by their openness, by their broad welcome. Will you help me give a special thanks to all the volunteers who make our simple supper and our soulful sundown possible? If you're one of those volunteers, if you stood up and strutted, that would be just fine by me. I want to say a special thank you to Joe Tuna. We are so happy that Joe is recuperating from his shoulder surgery, and we look forward to eating something that he cooks for us when he can use both arms again. Joe, there we go. We have professionals in the room too. Thank you to our audio-video team, Joe, Mike, Bobby, and Adam. Did I get it right? I might have missed someone. There might be a John in there. Sorry about that. Did I miss John? Sorry about that. We are thankful. So we look forward to our featured artists, Teresa Williams and Larry Campbell. And here up front, the Cosmic Orchestra. Will you help me welcome Jonathan Predis, Pat Falco, Andy Stack, Eugene Ruffalo, Cassandra House, Ben Wish, and Chris Marshak. At the start of our time together, we light the chalice. The flaming chalice was created as a symbol of resistance, a way that Unitarians resisting the forces of Nazism and fascism could provide material assistance in the same manner that the Red Cross and the Red Crescent did, hoping to be an international symbol of humanitarianism and shelter. We light a chalice each week to continue that tradition, to say that those who need a safer place, a more welcoming space, even a spiritual space, may find it here as we, you and I, create that brave space together. And so we light the chalice. We are a gentle, angry people, and we are singing for our lives. We are a gentle, angry people, and we are singing for our lives. That song, Singing for Our Lives, was composed by Holly Near as a response to two things: the formation of the San Francisco Gay Men's Chorus, yay, and sadly, the assassinations of Mayor George Moscone and Supervisor Harvey Milk. Out of this terrible incident emerged a culture that defied the tragedy, singing for our lives. Tonight, our Pride celebration of Soulful Sundown responds to the tragic news of the death of singer, songwriter, and Soulful Sundown featured artist Jill Sobule. Much can be said about her music, her spirit, her humor, her audacity, and tonight we'll ask the Cosmic Orchestra to celebrate this magnificent, significant, proud queer artist by performing her songs. I Kissed a Girl.
Came over and told me about Fred. He's such a hairy behemoth, she said, and dumb as a box of hammers, but he's such a handsome guy. Opened up and I told her about Larry and yesterday how he asked me to marry, but I'm not giving him an answer yet. I think I can do better. So we left, compared notes. Smoke. She took off her overcoat. I kissed a girl. I kissed a girl. So she called home to say she'd be late. He said he worried, but now he feels safe. I'm glad you're with your girlfriend. Tell her hi from me. Then I looked at you, you had guilt in your eyes, but it only lasted a little while. Then I felt your hand upon my knee. Then we left at the world. They can have their diamonds and we'll have our pearls. I kissed a girl. I kissed a girl. kissed a girl, her lips were sweet. She was just like kissing me. Kissed a girl, won't change the world, but I'm so glad I kissed a girl.
I'm trying to remember the first time that I kissed a girl. I think the very first time must have been with my cousin Sue. I think we were about 4 years old, something like that. Kissing cousins, I think they said. It was all so innocent. Now, the first girl I had a serious crush on was Lisa, who lived at the end of the street. Her dad and my dad worked on cars together, and I was quite smitten. I don't think I ever kissed her. At some point, her folks made the decision to enroll her in a respected Catholic school that had a very good reputation for getting kids into college. So after that, we'd only see each other when our dads were working on my dad's car and when both of us weren't hitting the school books. Thus, we didn't see each other very often. The last serious girlfriends were in high school, when the kissing was getting far more serious than I was ready for. So the inevitable day came when I kissed a boy. Well, young man, I guess. That was the time I had sensations that were finally most true for me. Now, I grew up in a religious family. I struggled for many years to understand how I could be religious, which I was, and I guess I still am, and gay, which I'm sure I still am. This challenge of how religion has shaped my attitudes to gay people, including myself, is something I've kind of been working on my whole life. Religious people in my life wanted to separate gay people out of the family. Then there were times when I remember that the political arguments within the gay community seemed familiar. Some organizers of Pride back in the day wanted to have the respectable gays up front and the undesirables sectioned off to the back of the parade. You know, the people that gave us a bad name, the drag queens, the people who wore leather, the women who exposed their breasts. It was nuts. The larger world was ready to separate all of us out, and we ourselves were willing to separate ourselves into the good gays and the bad gays. We were replicating what some religionists had created, the elect and the damned, the sheep and the goats, the people who like Barbara and the people who like Bet. Oh, wait a minute, that's another question. Well, there was another religion that spoke to my heart. The religion that said that the divisions we discovered were somewhat inconsequential, that the human family was richer than I had imagined, more diverse and beautiful, more multifaceted and brave, and that at the heart of this human reality was the call toward freedom, a call toward depending on each other against the challenges that living on this planet presented, that there were and there are ways that we can identify with each other in the oneness of the human family. I think we might call that Unitarianism, and the broadly shared experience of living a finite life that can contain joy and happiness and justice and hope. We might call that universalism. All of us invited to this moment of pride. All of us welcome in the band and in the choir. This Shelter Rock congregation is pleased to freely share this Soulful Sundown worship and the appearance of the Cosmic Orchestra and Larry Campbell and Teresa Williams as a gift to you and to the world. We ask you to join in responding to that gift by your own expression of generosity. This month, we support the families of Port Washington and environs by our contributions to the Parent Resource Center. Their outreach program provides developmentally appropriate early childhood classes and enrichment experiences to economically eligible parents and their children. Will you join me in making a contribution to the Parent Resource Center? The ways of giving are listed on the screens, and there is an offering box available for your donations of cash or check out in the main lobby. I'm going to ask you to please be as generous as you are able. One of my people says, please give as generous as you are comfortable, and I think comfort has nothing to do with it. Be as generous as you are able and get comfortable with that. And now, as you will, let's join in that adaptation of a song from the Dances of Universal Peace. Rise as you're able will do, from you I receive, to you I give. And the gestures, you reach out to someone, from you I receive, and then put your hand on your heart and say, to you I give, and then indicate that we're doing this together. We share, and then you love the person that you're talking to, and from this we live. Let's stand as we are able and have some fun. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. Now find somebody else and make it real. You're going to do it for them. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. Find somebody else. If we're in a circle, I'd go this all night. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. One last one, here we go. Big smile, here we go. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. Thank you all. Now, just in case you wondered, we rehearsed our dancing for that first number, and I didn't see too many people up twerking. So, the next number will not be a dance number so much as a walk and spread the light number, but when we get to number 3, I better see some dancing or I will get notes again. I can't approach Pride events, except through my own lived experience. The earliest Pride parades I recall in Providence, Rhode Island, where public school teachers attended with paper bags over their heads for fear of losing their jobs. Those beautiful days where I would march on Boylston Street in Boston and hear the bells of Arlington Street Church ring as we marched by, and as I looked carefully when we passed the restaurant where I worked and wondered if someone might see me and what that might mean. Later, when I was the minister of the Community Church of Boston in Copley Square, just steps away from the starting line of the Pride Parade, I would appear in ministerial garb, and as each UU contingent passed by, and there were dozens of them, I'd run into the street and I'd give a big smooch to the minister or to the president of the Unitarian Universalist Association. In the streets of Lansing, Michigan, where our Flint congregation, with many lesbian moms, would march with our colleagues of the West Side Church, with many gay dads. Together we'd be tormented by co-religionists who called us pretty names like sodomites heading to damnation. Or in Baltimore, where we paid such attention to assuring that there was space in our contingent for people pushing strollers and people using canes and walkers and a couple of people in scooters, how important it was that everyone could be included. There was a time when Pride was especially psychically difficult. Working my way through the crowd, whether it was at the Public Garden in Boston or the surround of the Washington Monument in D.C., where I might see a friend and say to myself, oh, thank God you are still alive. Or I wonder, when I can't find a friend, why he might not be around. I recall how hard it was for the family of my best friend from high school to share that Billy had died not just from cancer, but from a cancer that affected young men who were infected by HIV. Pride is different now, but for me, Pride today contains all those youthful and brash and fearful and outrageous and heartbreaking and sad prides of so many years. I must approach this time with compassion for others, and self-compassion for the hurt that I bear as we are all on this journey through life. And I will invite you then to go to the candle box. I'm going to go and light a candle and think of my friend Billy and his family who were so hurt and confused, and his partner who gave so much, and his marching band that lost so many members. And I'll wish on him and them and all of us, may we be filled with loving kindness, may be well, may we be whole.
Sometimes I wish that I was an angel, a fallen angel, and visit your dream. And in these dreams, I blow you a message that said, you really want me. I was a wrestler, Mexican wrestler, in a red vinyl desk. And I might grab you and body slam you and maybe cause physical harm. When we would land, I might take pity on you. I can crack all your will, but I can't break your heart. You will never love me, and this I can't forgive, that you will never love me as long as I will live. Time, I wish that I was a beautiful girl who was still 21. I turned your head as well as your buddies, and I could afford to play hard to get. And we go to parties, and you'd show me off. I'd go home with someone else. You will never love me, and this I can't forgive, and it will always bug me as long as I will live. You will never love me. Why should I even care? It's not that you're so special. You're just the cross I'm bearing. You will never love me, and this I can't forgive. You will never love me as long as I will live. You will never love me as long as I will live. As long as I will live.
Some words for worship. by somebody who was once one of my congregants, and I watched her through seminary and married her and spoke at her installation and ordained her and whatever. Hannah Roberts Villeneuve. People sometimes ask, is pride a protest or a party? And the answer is, of course, yes. And why not? Why not rejoice as we resist, dance as we demand change, celebrate as we create community that delights in all of who we are? So bring all of that with you this evening. Bring your policy demands, bring your glitter, bring your Supreme Court broken heart, bring your rainbow socks, bring your emptiness, the emptiness you feel for your siblings gone too soon. Bring your Gloria Estefan remix. Bring your tender hope for change. Bring your most garish eyeshadow. Bring your spirit, tattered and battered by a world that seems insistent on choosing fear and hate. Gather up all these things and bring them here to a place where we don't have to shoulder these burdens or celebrate these joys alone. Come, let us worship together. Will you join me in that attitude of openness, that vulnerability, that doorway to truth that some people call prayer? O thou, whom no person hath seen at any time, and yet who in all the stages and on all the pages of the human story hath been revealed in the creativity of the human being, in the relationships that we build in the human family, relationships in blood, relationships in sweat, relationships in tears. The blood, sweat, and tears of human creativity, the new songs in our hearts, the new thoughts in our minds, the new dreams in our bedchambers. This co-creativity of being a band together, a chorus, a choir invisible, that shares an experience of life together, making our way in moments when we are glad and sad and mad and scared. In all the moments when we allow ourselves to feel the truths of our lives and the new truths that we discover. Thou art revealed in this creativity, this human way of being, this patient and perfecting way of finding a future together. Make real to us the depth of spirit which is in us, in each of us, in all of us, one people, sharing one planet, in one spirit, simple, direct, complicated, enduring, that our hearts may be warmed with love for one another and in the renewal of an ancient song. Wow, great God, wow, and thank you. Blessed be, Ashe, Amen. America Back by Jill Sobule. Some hard words, we're okay. Remember the Garden of Eden, before Eve hung out with that snake? You could walk down the streets, no worry about thieves. All the kids could go trick-or-treating. Then those foreigners started coming in, like the Germans in 1790. Then the Irish arrived, that potato blight. The neighborhood started changing. Life was better. We lived right. Life had a paler shade of white. When they say we want our America back, our America back, our America back. When they say we want our America back, well, what the expletive do they mean? Before there was Ellis Island and that statue we got from the French, that whore is still alerting. With strangers she's flirting, inviting them into our beds. The Guineas, the Coolies, the Wetbacks, the Reds, the Jews, now those terrorists. And who let in the woman who looks after my kid and the one who is cleaning my mess? Life was so righteous, life was so clean. Send them all back, including me, when they say, we want our America back, our America back, our America back. When they say we want our America back, well, what the expletive do they mean? Before the gays had their agenda, before the slaves were free, before that man from Kenya took the presidency, when they say we want our America back, when they say we want our America back, well, what the fuck do they mean? I want to invite you tomorrow. Many of us will be in Port Washington for the Pride Walk. I believe it begins at the Target at about noon and marches its way back to the gazebo. I may have the details wrong, but I bet there are people here who will tell you exactly the truth. Come on the early side, but yours. Okay, pay attention because of possible rain, and you can find out more information during coffee. How's that? I will say I know also other people are defending our democracy by the No King expressions that are happening all over the place. These words of blessing are by Laurel Mendes, a queer interfaith minister and practitioner of neo-heathenry. And this is a poem that she wrote for Juneteenth. If one of us is chained, we are all chained. We all bear the weight of those chains on our wrists, on our throats, on our ankles, at our waists, drawing us, dragging us where we would not willingly go. We feel the pinch of them, the pull of them, as their links tangle in the hairs of our arms, our head, ripping strands out in clumps. We are woven again and again. We are woken again and again from sleep by the incessant rattle of them, scraping, shifting with our breath. We find no rest. This must stop. End. Be no more. Smash the locks. Free all those souls unjustly held hostage by the nightmares of our mad vanity. Only when they are free can we be. Only then can we be free. La 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 was a fat little boy living in a shitty little town. And every recess the dodgeball flew in and knocked poor Bobby down. And he told him he'd get home upstairs in his room, close the door, tie on his cape, put on his skin-side suit, and he'd say, "Underdog Victoria." Gloria. Someday he died, Victoria.
underdog Victoria. A couple of years later, he tried out for the band, did covers of Matchbox 20. He was dreaming of the New York Dolls and Max's Kansas City. Of course, they never called him back, they thought he was too queer. But he didn't care, back in his room, he sang into the mirror. And he said, underdog Victoria. He was simply glorious. Someday he died notorious. Underdog Victoria. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. He could see into the future, that was one of his great gifts. And one day all those dodgeball bullies would dream of his sweet kiss. They'd dream underdog victorious. He was simply glorious. Someday he'd die notorious. Underdog victorious. Underdog victorious, victorious, victorious.
Cosmic Orchestra playing Jill Sobel. Yes. I'm going to give you 15 minutes to go and have a cup of coffee, grab a cookie, and come right back for part 2. How's that?